everybody. Welcome back to another episode of
Let Us Sip.
This is your girl, Brittany.
It's your girl, Kaloni.
Tie-dye Sophy is in the building.
Hey, hi tie-dye Sophie. How you doing?
I'm doing like I be doing.
And look, guys, we got some more dick in the room.
I gotta be labeled as dick.
Yes.
When the men come there, label
You
as
got
dick.
another title for y'all?
Oh, no.
No.
I thought we were men.
We have a king in the building.
Yeah, king.
Yes.
We
I
got a
like that.
king. King
Who
energy.
uses that anymore?
Call me King Uno. I like
King
that.
Uno.
Shout out to my man King.
Yes. So,
Today,
you guys have saw us doing photo shoots with the Freshea clothing. You seen us tag this man, Fresha Uno. But now we actually get to sit down and talk to the man behind the dope-ass sweatsuits and the clothes we've been wearing.
Hey,
Thank you, ladies.
into
Yes.
it.
You gotta peep the sexiness of his t-shirt.
Yo.
Do you see
Yo,
what's going on with his t-shirt?
Chill. Shout
You
out
see
to the
what's
bro,
going
man.
on?
Stack bundles forever.
Right. So this is
Wow.
one of the
Official
originals. The
signatures on his
original.
shirt. That's
Absolutely.
so dope.
Absolutely. We had to do it up for the memorial, you know. So I thought it would be dope to come out with the signature for him.
That's your
Word.
signature tee, right?
Yeah, no,
See
this
the hat?
is his signature. This is his actual handwriting.
Oh, wow.
Dollar
Yeah.
sign.
Wow.
Absolutely.
S-T-A-K, guys.
Salute to the
Dollar
G's.
sign.
Fucking love it.
So, you got to tell us a little bit about yourself and Freshea Clothing.
Okay, well, I'm Fresha Uno, Far Rock's finest, Red Fern resident, you know, for a long time, but I started the brand out in 03 maybe. We've been working on clothes forever, like that's just been my thing for a long time.
And my baby was your model. My baby was
Yes.
your model.
Yeah, Frankie Baby,
Frankie baby.
that's my guy. But yeah, we've been doing it for a while. You know, it was a transition. It wasn't always just the clothing and designing. We came from the dirt with it. You know, it started from doing some bad things for clothing. You know, we was out there G'ing clothes and doing our thing in the 90s.
What's Jen?
So,
What's Jen?
yeah,
Come on, you got to tell him.
That's
Because
a G
I
code.
heard about you.
Yeah.
Nigga asked about me.
I
We'll
hope
talk
you heard
about
good
it. We'll talk
things,
about
but
it.
It's probably more good than bad.
Of course.
But yeah, we made the transition. We just had to make a negative and turn it into a positive. So I always thought about doing my own brand. My mother used to sew clothes when we was kids. She actually sewed my first kindergarten outfit for
Wow.
pictures. Yeah,
Wow.
whole 3-piece suit, tie, and everything.
She was ill with
And
Fire.
she just stopped. You know, I never thought about it, and just till later after I started fucking around with the clothes, I couldn't help but to, you know, keep doing my thing. But shout out to Mama Love.
Yes.
You know.
Shout out to her for real.
Word.
So, Uno. So, is that how you would say how you got into fashion?
Yeah, definitely.
From Mama Love inspired?
Well, yeah. I mean, it started with her, of course. You know, her, my auntie, you know, dressing us up. Me and my cousin M.A. You know the Bob's G's.
Yes.
They used to dress us up as kids, as twins, and putting different outfits on us. And, you know, once we got older and times got harder, we couldn't get all of those outfits no more, you know.
So what?
So,
So, you know, we want to talk in between the lines. So, when you say Jen, like, what was that about?
that's boosting, you know.
Okay.
We went from boosting clothes to making our own. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you was getting some coins.
Ah, man, listen, you know, it comes with the territory, you know. We was just trying to keep the hood fly, keep everybody together, you know what I mean? None of us from the hood didn't have to go outside our hood to get fly. We had everything in our hood, you know what I'm saying? Clothes, whatever you need, we had it. And
So
that
you was
was
a
just,
plug.
yeah, that was just our thing, you know what I mean? While everybody did what they did, we stuck on the clothes, you know what I'm saying?
So, were you like the Far Rock version of like the Low Lifes, or?
Yeah, definitely, because around that time, that's when they was heavy in the game. They was out killing the game, you know, but they was doing their thing in Manhattan and places outside. We was all more so on Long Island and stuff like that, so.
Okay.
How'd you get it, though?
Nah, you can't give it away.
How'd
You know
you
what I
get
mean?
it?
We got it. That's it. We got it how we live. That's it.
You know how you live.
But it was definitely a good transition. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when I was going back and forth with MA, right? We was just talking about like the low lives. People don't know that like they were some fresh dudes back in the day.
For sure.
They got a whole bunch of things like pieces it is. That back
sure.
in that day, the stuff that those prices it was, and there was a lot of companies. You see, me, I don't know what it is that you did, but me, I used to indulge in the stuff, but I never actually left a store with it. So it's a lot of stores that they used to take stuff. I used to be a store credit. I used to flip it around, Nike Town, bust a bubble in the sneaker. We used to do everything back in those days to make it work.
Word. It was a different time.
Since it says let us sip, before we go any further,
Right.
we have the sip of the week. So every week we pick a word, and throughout the conversation we say the word. So since we have you here
watch
with us,
the show.
I know you do.
He in tune.
So since we got you with us, the sip of the week is going to be the word Freshea. All right?
Fresh,
Okay,
fresh
fresh
to
air.
death, fresh every day, all day.
Yes. So
That's a
when
fact.
you hear the word Freshea, y'all niggas need to drink. So let's go ahead and
Word.
practice. Freshea,
Fresh
Freshea,
air,
Freshea. Come on, sip it up.
Freshea LA, Freshea New York. Well, let me fix that. Freshea New York, Freshea LA, Freshea UK. You know what I mean? We're gonna go across the
I
love
globe with
it.
this thing.
Global.
For
So when we have guests, we like to play a game.
Bless you.
Bless you. And you look a little tense. We got
Yeah,
to loosen
I ain't
you
gonna
up.
lie. This is a little different for me. You know, I'm not used to being on
'Cause
camera,
I know
having
you
a
behind
good
the scenes.
Only
conversation.
supporting
I
us in
gotta
the
be able to
background.
relax to be myself a little
Right.
bit. I ain't gonna lie. You know.
Don't be nervous. We're going to play a game called What's on Your Mother Effing Mind, all right? So we'll say a word. You tell us what's on your mind, all right? First word, stack.
My brother,
Second word, fresh.
every day.
Community,
My family,
love,
my family,
Patron.
my family. Nah. Word, good time. Word.
Good
All the time. Patron, never leave me alone. Word.
Money.
Paper.
That's what it is.
It's just paper.
Exactly.
Word.
Here's a good one for you. Doggy style.
Oh, man. Nigga said my first go-to.
Hit him in the situ. And the last
Yeah,
word is going to be far rock.
My hometown. Word.
Good.
I
Hometown.
love that.
Yeah.
I feel like he done.
Yeah, I think it's the Trony.
Okay.
I think it's the
It's
Trony.
either the Trony or the doggy style.
You know the doggy style,
I
right?
just want you for your doggy style, right?
Oh, man. I knew y'all was gonna do this.
So it's only right, since Uno, you are here, we typically do either a beauty tip of the week or a fashion tip. So you the fashion man. Sophie, let's take it over to you. What fashion tips you got for us?
Fashion tip of the week, of the year, of the decade. All right, people. All right, we know Crocs and Balenciaga, they done teamed up. Leave them fucking shits alone. Leave them shits right on wherever the Shade Room posted it, Ball Alert, to Yahoo, Google, wherever you seen Crocs with that little baby-ass skinny heel. Leave that shit the fuck alone. Are you guys even Croc people? Like, are you that tapped in? Are you crocking? Are you crocking or you're not
I
crocking?
actually have a pair of Crocs on the way because they're very, very comfy.
Okay.
I got my baby some Crocs.
But
Baby,
Crocs
you cry my
actually
husband.
have the sandal version,
Like the slide?
like the slides, where your toes can show for the summertime, and you can still put your little, little charms or whatever on there.
Who
I don't think
started
I'm saying it right.
Who started
I
that?
don't.
I don't know. But all I know is I'm a little upset with Nicki Minaj.
Off.
Right.
The charms be fucking throw. This shit has like a good 40 holes. And I be seeing 40 fucking charms. I'm like, what is going on with here? It's a Chanel one. It's a Balenciaga.
Okay.
It's a High
Oh,
Dad.
so now we got a Freshea one.
There you
Yeah,
go.
they're
On
gonna
deck.
right.
That's
So
it.
So
we're
he
gonna
said
put
it.
in.
He
All
said
right.
it. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah,
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Also,
See-
it is what I think it is that people need to leave alone. The furry slippers for the summertime. All right.
Leave
I never
it.
actually
Like the
owned-
UGG?
Yeah,
What?
and what's the name have one now?
Nordstrom too. They sell the
Balenciaga
little
have
weak
one
ones.
too.
Those are new Chinese slippers from back in the days.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
They used to wear it with the dirty heels on the back.
Them hills still dirty.
Let me tell you,
That's the new.
I had a
those are the
few
new
pairs,
joints,
y'all, and let me tell you, it was lit back in the day.
They
With
got
no
us through
pressure.
some summers, right?
I ain't never. Once I seen them joints and they said Chinese that slip. No, it wasn't no for me. But for the thing it is for the furry heels. I seen Bernice. I love Bernice. Shout out to Bernice. But I seen her hop out the pool with her wet feet. And she put her feet into some Balenciaga furry slides, and I'm like, "What's going on here?"
No,
now you got a
no.
worry furry
No,
slipper.
no, no, no.
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
not the
what
first
fuck?
wet.
Her cat wet.
What the fuck? What the fuck is
Oh,
going
shit.
on top of that, we have, we've been locked down for a while. So it's like color-wise, we're going to give it another part. So it's like neon we used to kill for summer. Springtime we used to kill for the pastels. But we've been inside for so long, so we doing spring. We doing summer for pastel.
We doing everything.
We doing
Spring,
everything
everything.
and
Everything.
Wherever it is,
Tie-dye.
it's or everything.
Right.
Wherever it is
Floral.
that you
You
see
get
it,
away
and
with
then I
anything.
think it is for them, like the fashion industry, they pay attention to the weather also. So if you see a lot of little workups, it's gonna be a long sleeve with shorts. Because as it is, if you're in the tri-state area, even where Brittany is at in Virginia, it's 90 degrees on Monday and 70 by Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that this summer is gonna be that deep. Just be sexy enough to know how to fold up a sleeve.
Hello.
Can you do
Have a little jean jacket in the cut.
Word.
Just be able to fold
They
up.
were saying
fold
I
up a
was
sleeve.
hot yesterday because I'm coming from a different place. We get out, I get to New York, it's a little cold, so I throw a jacket on. They like, yo, son, take that jacket off. It's hot. I'm saying to myself, nah, where I just came from,
Right.
Colder than a witch's
Cold.
city.
it was hot.
Yeah.
Florida
So that's
was
why
on
it is
fire.
that you see those little combos. They have the long sleeve top and
Right.
then the shorts to the legs. Shout out to the white folks. But the legs,
They started that
the
shit.
legs will always not be as cold as the top. Like your arms need to be covered. Your legs they could do whatever. But the arms need to be covered. So yeah. That's my fashion too. Yo, learn how to fold. Look on YouTube. Do something. Learn how to fold up a sleeve because we're going to have long sleeves tops.
Exactly. Them summer nights be a little chilly sometimes.
chilly.
But
Especially
Freshea,
Yes, Freshea every day, all day. That's a fact.
You said that 3 times. That means you
Wow.
want us to take 3 shots. You got to
Why
watch it.
not?
Shit.
Why not? I'm not driving.
Y'all cups don't look like my cups. Y'all-
It did at one
First
time.
of all,
I just-
somebody's cheating over here.
Oh.
Okay, and that's why they sips is a little more extra.
I'm a faithful
Who was that?
woman.
I ain't gonna
Don't
point no
cheat.
fingers. I'm just saying
Black
you can look
women
at the
don't cheat.
cups and tell. You figure it out yourself, huh?
Uno.
What up, though?
Where did you come up with the name like Freshea? Like where did
Freshea.
that come from? Where did that inspire from?
Wow. Couple things. I heard Cam, shout out to Killer Cam, man. Cam has said a line, and it's fucked up. I can't get it right now because y'all caught me slipping. But Cam has said a line and shit. He said something, Freshea, another, like. But he was meaning, I guess, in a way like you just being fresh. You got your fresh on, and I just thought about it. I was like, Freshea, like fresh. I could flip that fresh every day, all day. And I was like, it just sounds so dope. It don't sound like, And then I thought about it. I was like, this might be something. I just started fucking with it. Yo, Freshea. Yo, look out for Freshea. Look out for the clothing Freshea. And, nobody knew what it was, and it was crazy at the time. We still G'ing. I'm getting all these different tees and, fitted hats. And shout out to Diamond Supply. Word. A lot of
They
people
hold down Ralph
thought, we own Diamond Supply because we used to wear it so much. You know what I mean?
That was a big deal.
Yeah,
Diamond Supply,
They sick
man.
with it.
They
Diamond
held
Supply,
down
Obey.
red carpet styles.
Word. Yeah, that's
Right.
a fact. That's a fact. And we just started, printing little T-shirts. It really started with Mesquite. Remember the clothing brand Mesquite?
Yeah, yeah.
So back then, everybody
niggas.
had, it was come to find out, I think it was like a school art institute. They did like a program where they collaborated, and that's why all the shirts was like one-on-ones. You know,
Gotcha.
so
I
everybody
remember- I
wanted
remember.
that certain shirt. You know, you had to have a certain person make your shirt.
Right, and
You
it
know, all
all
the rappers
different.
had all the
Right,
so
I remember Stack had one
Exactly.
back in the day. I was like, okay, but it
Exactly.
took a lot for you. You had to be an ill nigga to
Well,
get a
to get one
Mesquite
of
shirt
those, exactly.
personally for you.
Exactly.
So Fabulous had one. There was some big names in it that they actually had one.
So yeah, they was definitely inspiring because I remember talking to somebody and they was like, yo, you want to start a brand? You know, it was a girl. She was like, yo, what are you thinking about doing? I'm like, well, I don't know. I just know I want to do a brand. She was like, well, just do something. She said, get some paint, put your hand in it, and just put it on the shirt.
Right.
And I was like,
Shit, look at Forrest Gump.
I was like, wait a minute. At the time, you know, Mesquite is popping. So I was like, that's what everybody is wearing. Let me do something. So I had went home and shit. And me and my nigga Super, I tell this nigga Super, I'm like, yo, geez, we're going to do a brand, bro. I'm going to do something. We're going to put this shit together. And I got some paint. I went and stole all the paint. I
Get it
went
how
and
you
stole
live.
all the shirts. And I said, fuck that. I'm gonna make something out of nothing. I went in there and I started printing up these big ass Fs with paint on it. And at the time, the S. Carter's had just came out. So I did like a bucket hat. And I had the colors to match it. And Super had went home for the weekend and I gave it to him. He wore it. The nigga called me the same night. Yo, geez, son, I'm in the spot right now. Son, you won't believe who ran down on me. He like, yo, Tracy Morgan just ran down on me with no shirt on, bottle of Hennessy in his hand, drunk as a motherfucker. Like, yo, where you get that fit from? That shit dope. I like that. I said, word. I put the phone down. I start fucking making 1,000 of them shits. I just started going crazy. And at the time, we were still wearing baggy clothes, so
Right.
it was a little different.
You know what?
Word.
But ultimately, before this, and we jump into what we jump into, shout out to you because a lot of labels or people that think that they could do it, they just got a T-shirt and that's just it. So you got the sweatshirt, you got the hat, you got the whole
He got the
format of
mask.
the whole,
Yeah.
right? You got
Word.
everything. Because people would be like, you know, do you do it because it's what's popular or do you do it because this is what it is that you do?
Yeah.
And you tapping into all of that. So the topic it is that we gonna be speaking is 50-50, right? So it is household shit like that, 50-50.
Right.
So back in the days, of course, it is that we knew that wife stood home, because there wasn't no wifey back in the day, pardon
Right.
self.
Wifey for
Right.
life.
Freshea.
wife stood home. Husband will go out there, he'll make a couple dollars, and he will pay for everything. So, do you believe in splitting the bills evenly?
Today you pretty much have no choice because all of you women are so independent. Y'all like, well, listen, you don't have to pay for nothing. I can help you.
That,
Baby,
you know
don't
that's a
worry
front
about
though,
it.
right?
Now, of course, every real man is supposed to feel like, yo, listen, I got it. Don't worry about it. But when you like me and you got good wives on your side, I mean, a good wife on your side. Sorry, baby.
Clean that up,
He's
clean
not
that up, clean
Muslim.
that up.
Well,
Yes, you got moved.
you know what I'm saying? It's different, you know. You
I
can do things together.
I believe with the times things have changed.
Yeah,
Because at one point, like you said, he kill him, he bring him home, you cook it up, and you make dinner.
Right.
But now, you know, things have changed where we both had to go out into the field and we both had to go and get it and bring it home.
Absolutely.
So I believe definitely if it's not completely 50-50 down, I believe that y'all should talk amongst yourself and decide
Absolutely.
what you're going to take care of versus what I'll take care of.
It's
You know,
a team effort.
exactly, because if it's not for both of us, the lights won't be on.
Absolutely.
You know, it may be somebody that's up more financially, but you have your partner that takes care of the other things that the other person may miss out financially on.
Right.
So, you know, it's a give and take.
That's right. That's right.
So, as it is that if it is that you're in a dating scene, you people that have booze, I'm not gonna say that I'm not the only one here. But if it is
Right.
that you
She capping y'all. Right.
Come on, don't leave me
I ain't- oh, my bad.
Yeah, we married.
I was like, that shit went right over my head.
He said, no, I'm not.
if it is that you have a situation or if it is that you are in the dating scene, would you feel differently if it is that they moved into your shit? So if it is you have a nigga, this is your crib, you've been paying all this shit, would you feel obligated for him to pay? Or if it is that he didn't pay, would you feel a certain way? And of course it is for you. If it was, this is your shit, you've been paying all the bills, cable, all the shit, now here you go, you got your bitch in the shit, should she be paying a couple dollars?
Well, it all depends on how I met that person. You know what I mean? I just saw last night, shout out to my bro, I went to one of my bro's crib, and he had a young lady in the crib. And
How did she look?
she was pretty
He ain't
good.
looking. He got one woman. He ain't looking.
Right. Shout out to her.
Well,
My sis.
but she did some ill shit. She just got up and she started taking the trash out. And I was like, I said to him, yo, bro, that might be a good one right there. You know, you don't normally see shit like that. But that's just how I think, you know. I look at what you come to the table for and, you know, how you going to present yourself in the beginning to me, for me to even make that kind of choice.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once I see you in the beginning and I see how you work, and then I would probably, you know.
The thing is for me particularly, I mean, we in a different, this is a different, see, you were in the dating scene years ago.
Yeah.
So now here
I'm
we
lost.
are out here. So bitches for the most part do shit just to impress niggas because bitches don't be doing shit. So I've had a nigga that he had a dog, he lived on the top floor, he fucked the bitch for the first time. The bitch walked the dog. The bitch went down 5 flights of steps to go buy groceries. The bitch came upstairs with the groceries, cooked the shit.
Oh, she he-woman, man.
I said, let me ask you a question. Is she homeless?
Yeah, you gotta watch
Right.
Watch some shit
right.
like that.
That's
Like, what
homeless
does
shit.
chick be
Right.
doing? Because ultimately, in the bigger aspect of it, y'all are the hunters of it all, right? It's certain shit it is that we could do, but we're just not supposed to do. So if it is that you see a chick just going above and beyond, it's like,
Right.
you need a place
You gotta
to stay.
catch. Yeah, you gotta catch up.
Right, exactly.
Like, you
But
gotta
again,
exactly.
it starts from the beginning. You know what I mean? You don't be so thirsty in the beginning. Talk, ask questions. You know what I mean? A lot of people just be seeing what they want to do to each other first. They're not even trying to really elaborate on who the person
But
is.
how
you
it
know
is
what
that
I mean?
I feel as far as people that's moving in together, it's like, if it is that you move into my shit, I've been paying all the bills, but guess what? I could do that. But my light bill is more because you up watching TV. My food is more because you eating food. My water bill is more because you flushing that toilet more. So you shouldn't move into nobody's shit just not paying nothing.
Nah, I mean,
Right.
shit, if
Right.
somebody
Ask
already at your spot already and they living like that, yeah, of course. That's the first thing you want to look for. Like, all right, so you chilling,
Right,
Yeah.
but that's
You gonna
that's the
bring some
thing that
groceries
people
in here or
forget
something?
because, like how he said, they looking at what they want to do to each other. They're not thinking about the long term.
Right.
So, like that, like when he's mentioned about the girl taking out the trash, that kind of blurs the line with gender roles. Like I always say, I'm not taking out no fucking garbage. I'll do things around the house. I'll even gather the shit to get it together. But at the end of the day, y'all need you the man. You can do that much. I'll make sure I'll take all the garbages together from out the other rooms to make sure that you ain't got to take but so many trips.
Right.
I may even help with the recycling. But as far as me dragging that fucking dumpster up to the front and
Not
bringing it
happening.
back, that's your job.
I take it personally because I got OCD. Like everything cleaning means something to me. So I'll go to your house, you feed me, and I might get up and start washing my dish and then wash the dishes that's left in your. I just can't help
the
it,
same
right?
way, right? You
So
helping
when
out.
I see people do that, like that's a way to into me, like, oh, you like cleaning up? That's good.
Don't
Yo,
start like
I
you can't
can't,
feel
Right.
it.
You know,
but I
okay.
cannot deal with no shit. I done went to niggas' house that I just was going there to hit. That was it. That was it. I needed a cup. He had no cups because his whole fucking sink was full of fucking cups.
Bachelor?
Yes.
How many cups did he have? Because bachelors have about 3 to 4.
I couldn't get a cup. I couldn't get a
shit.
cup.
Nah,
The
I
whole
don't like that.
fucking-
That's a turn off for me.
Oh,
You
shit.
know niggas don't be having
That's
cups. They don't
crazy.
have enough forks. They can't entertain
That's a
because
turn
they're
off
thinking
for me.
about just them. So,
Shit.
yeah.
When I had
No, but my
first
whole thing
place,
is
that was
if you
different.
see 3 dishes already, 3 cups, wash one of them dishes. Don't grab another one out of the cabinet. That's
Right.
a pet peeve for me. Like,
Right.
wash that same cup.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if it is that y'all was in a situation, right, and the whoever it is, woman, the man, right, they had a couple more, or they were making more dollars it is than you were, are you willing to be a stay-at-home person?
I always believe, like, my backup is always like, if shit hit the fan, I never want to just be a pretty girl that a man take care of me. Because if God forbid, however way he makes that money, or if the roles switch, or say if he lose his job today or tomorrow, and I'm over here bragging, oh, my man takes care of me, I ain't got 2-3 jobs, and he would go to jail. What the fuck are you gonna do?
God giveth and God taketh away.
Yes.
But that
And
goes
I
back
always
to what you
believe
was
in,
just
like,
saying.
I gotta be able to have enough shit baggage. Or my mom always raised me on, like, your phone bill, that's an automatic. You shouldn't have to be with a man to pay your main necessity bills. Like, if you've been paying your rent, if he moves in, okay, yeah, we could do the 50-50.
I was just
But
about to say,
don't
that's why
automatically
it's
be like,
always
okay,
50-50.
now you gotta,
Because your
now
pride ain't
you
gonna
gotta
let
do
you
that.
do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Your pride not even gonna let you let a man just you pay for
You
everything.
know
I
what
moved in my nigga crib, and he, at first it was a problem, because at first, like, I was like, yo, we gonna split down the bill, and like, it was a problem for him because he's so used to handling everything. But when you realize you got a real bitch, sometimes it's like, okay, listen, I don't feel comfortable watching you do what you have to do. Like, let me pay some. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna pay the rent, all right, cool. Let me handle
I'll
X,
do the
Y, and Z
electric.
bills. Let me
I'll
do the
do the
electric. Let me
gas.
do the Wi-Fi. Let me, like, you know, if you're gonna be providing the food,
She broke it down
I'm
to the
gonna throw that
lowest
shit
terms.
down
She
to the
said,
littlest
pay the
shit.
Wi-Fi.
Right.
Yes, I pay the
heard that
Wi-Fi.
one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, you're supposed to do that. No, bitch, you supposed to be doing something too.
But what I've learned, which is crazy, I learned that as far as how she was talking about being home and being a kept person,
Right.
as far as when it comes to, unfortunately, if you do decide to part in a marriage, if you guys do decide to divorce each other, if that person gave up their whole career and life before they got, when they got with you to support you and what your business is.
You got cash out.
Right. When that person wants, and it's not alimony, I forgot what it's called, but it's spousal support.
Right.
Spousal support, right.
If they can show proof,
you're projected
out of
of
there.
whatever it is that you should have made throughout that time as you being a stay-at-home mom or whatever, that projected time. So if it is that you got like a PhD and you stood at home being mama,
right,
you should have been making $100,000 a year, but you stood at home being mama. But for me, it's like, if it makes sense. So it's not even about it's not about the gender roles or how much it's about, does it make sense? So if it is that here I is, you and I, we're in a relationship, you and me, Brittany.
we could date.
Yeah, we could. And Brittany
Freshea.
Right. I'm ready to step. I'm like,
I'm
Mind my business. I'm gonna go Kermit the Frog
you don't
on
want to
y'all.
date me? Okay.
I'm just sipping in
if
my
it is
business.
that you and I, Brittany, we're in a relationship, or even if we meet with a male, if we have a child here and we adopted it because me and you and Brittany were together, so it's like, you make more money than me. You make $102,000 a year. I'm me just being me, and I'm trying to be daddy of the whole situation.
You are daddy
because I am daddy.
You the
right?
daddy, huh?
Right, but I'm making 43. And for us to be in that situation, and for the babysitting or the mama or the
that shit is
whatever,
expensive. Daycare is mad expensive.
$60,000 a year. So here it is that you're making 102. I'm normally making 43. Me hiring this person charges us $70,000. What makes more sense? It makes more sense for me to stay home.
Right.
And that's what it is for. It goes for the guy aspect, even though you bae. It could be for you. But it's like, it makes more sense for me to stay home for us.
Right.
So it's like the bigger picture of us, not even about the gender roles.
And it goes back to what I said earlier, because, okay, bet, I stay home. I'm picking up the slack that you may not be able to catch because you out there getting it.
Right.
So it's not like I'm sitting here fucking the money up and just saying, fuck that, I'm going to go have lunch and brunch and shit. No.
Right.
I wonder what most folks did when the pandemic hit and everybody had to be home.
Broke up, beat each other ass.
Can't stand each other. Didn't even realize how much you don't like this person because now you're spending so much time together.
Right.
Shit,
Now,
my family was grinding.
I was about to say, since you're married, he's been married, what, over 10 years? Has it been yet?
It's going on 12
Beautiful.
years this year.
See?
No, 13 years.
Beautiful.
So, like, the pandemic, like, how did that affect your marriage?
Oh, man. It made us dope. Like, my son started his own clothing brand. My daughter learned how to become a baker. Like, she's baking shit every day.
Oh, tell her I gotta buy some cookies.
Like, we was just working on the businesses and, coming up with ideas and just doing a bunch of fun shit.
But, like, as far as, like, you and your wife, like, how was that connection?
Well, I mean, we're connected through our kids, so everything goes with
hand in hand.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everything together. You know what I mean? We got to make each other happy.
You gotta actually, regardless of whatever people talk about, you gotta actually like the person it is that you're in a relationship.
Right.
I love that.
No, but
I was just about to say that.
The good thing is when we don't want to like each other, we just say it. It's okay. Yo, all
Right,
fuck
but
with you.
ultimately the back end, y'all fuck with each other.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
So it's
that's-
people is gonna
Look,
push you
after
off.
we mad, it's different with me and my lady because once I'm mad at her through our relationship, right, over something that in our relationship, it just goes into another box. Like we turn into brother and sister now. Like, all right, so what
yes,
up?
seriously.
Now I'm just playing with you. Yo, come on, man. I ain't, and we can never be mad at each other. You know what I'm saying?
It's
that's
a
how it works.
natural thing because I think we do the same thing. It's like, I don't fuck with you like that, but we're not going to let shit fuck up the
What you got
entirety
going on.
of
it's
what
so
we got
important.
going on.
It's just a moment. Don't bring one moment and bring it to the next day and then the next week. Because one thing about me, my toxic shit, we not doing that. Don't come in this motherfucking house acting passive aggressive. No.
Especially when you're a
We gonna
hard
talk
pill to
about it.
swallow. I know I'm not
Let's
perfect.
talk
I'm
about
like,
it. Don't do that.
I
Don't
got
walk around
issues,
eggshells with me because
Right.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
and I love, for one, his wife is my big cousin. Okay.
She's the dopest.
And for one, to see them interact with their children and just being dope individuals separately, like they had the same lane. Like, Shani got her lane, you got your lane, but y'all meet each other and y'all just have fun. You can tell that they're friends first.
Right.
And I always thought that was so dope. So I was like, listen, if I'm in a relationship, like, you gotta be my friend first. Because if we really beefing, or if I'm only with you because of what you have,
well, shit, when she make
it's
you
not
wait a
gonna
whole
last.
long time, shit,
Yeah.
you ain't got no choice but to be
You know
friends
what's funny?
Yeah.
If it is, if you take it back
first. Nigga, you
to
gonna
our
be my
first.
best friend.
Best friend, nigga.
If it is, if you
Word.
take it back, whenever it is a space going, if you take it back to our first like podcast and shit, and I said that, I was like, yo, you don't want to be friends with somebody because you're gonna know their whole thing. But as it is now, here we are, like 15 years later, it's like, yeah, you do, because
Yeah,
that
it's
person
important.
wouldn't want to handle you a certain way because you their friend. They good, like if a person that's not your friend, they gonna throw you wherever the fuck
Right.
it is, and you
But
gonna
your
land
friends
wherever.
handle you with
your
care.
handle will always,
Exactly.
your friends will always in it, and people got to realize that.
Like, I used to always look up to their relationship because, like, I was the younger cousin. I'm like, what, 8 years younger than y'all?
Right.
But, like, how she said,
How
like,
old are you? Oh no, 75.
but, like, their
39,000?
relationship in my eyes was, like, effortlessly. Like, I never really seen them argue or anything. And if they did, it was, like, more of a funny thing. I never knew they were serious. But they were serious. But
Again, like you said, how you treat your friends, right? So
Yeah.
me and my friends, my real brothers, right? When we argue, we're gonna do it amongst each other, right?
Right.
If somebody outside of us come walking up while we're arguing, we're gonna stop arguing and act like nothing is going on.
because it's none of y'all business. This is what goes on.
And that's how
between
it
us.
goes. You know
And,
what I'm saying?
and that's how it always been
That's
for my
love.
family. I too. It's like them sisters. My grandmother had 9 kids. Them 7 sisters. Them niggas will beef all the time. They could call up any one of them. They'd be like, "Yo, this outside of X, Y, and Z, they'll pull up. They're going to leave there and not talk to each other after.
Right.
But my grandfather always instilled in them, what we got going on is what we got going on. Ain't nobody outside of this should know what we got going on.
It's a fact.
And we gonna ride on them like it is that we 100, even if we're not.
Right.
Yep.
And that's a big
That's
thing.
me and Brittany. Listen,
We fight.
I call her a bitch all day. Let her call my phone. No, let her call this phone and say, yo, somebody fronted. I don't even care if it was her husband, and I love him. I might lose that fight. I might get my ass whooped.
Wait, I might be coming for you.
Listen, I might be getting beat up that time.
But I
You going to help your cousin? I'm coming to help my
because
cousin.
your cousin is your first friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your
fact.
cousin is your first friend. That's why
Absolutely.
cousin is so important.
I
Shout out to
experienced
MA.
her with
Yeah,
Brittany.
it's your first
They're us
friend.
with this podcast.
Oh, yes.
We're learning each other. We're knowing. I experienced their whole going back and forth. They was going back and forth. I'm like, shit. I done tapped in. They're like, no, Sophie. Okay, we're gonna let this shit ride.
You got to mind your business when
You
it's
right. She tried. She tried to
Leave
stop.
them
I
Don't
hit
take
MA.
no sides. When it's
I
cousins,
hit
you better
MA.
just...
MA is like, geez, you gotta.
And one
Fuck
word,
alone.
I was on some mind your goddamn business. We almost done.
And then-
But one more word I gotta say.
And then after all of that, she was like, I don't want this to mess up. We was like, no, this ain't gonna mess up the show.
Ever.
No, and the next thing you know,
you know this shit.
action.
going
We was like,
on
hey, girl.
During
Yes.
the whole time I'm texting MA, he like, oh God, to interject. I'm like, bruh, they
I
are
can't.
cousins. I don't wouldn't want no one to interject with my cousin. I'm gonna let them ride it out.
Whoa.
And it's going
Especially your favorite cousin.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Let me tell you, me and Brittany will fight in silence. My grandmother, we'll hear her slippers. Ch-ch-ch. But we'll know the time, how close it is. By the time she get to that living room,
We gotta get
can
that
be-
shit together.
Yo, we over
That's-
here
we used to
sitting
be
there
like this.
They quiet, like,
That's family, man.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
but
the
let
family.
another cousin.
Come in and it's
Yo, it's a
Right.
different. Like, we're
Wow.
sisters now. Now
Right.
it's like, that was your, no, that's my sister. You
That's
can't
real
do
family.
that.
family, man.
But
Real
speaking of
family.
family, right? You know, even when I was on vacation, that's why I'm a little bit brownie, y'all.
Oh,
we was
shit.
outside
Damn,
together.
they ready. Over here looking real
let me
melanin
tell you
over
about
here.
these people. We don't know what the fuck. Even that Uno said, we don't know. We're gonna go to like one of these Schomburg museums. We're gonna get the DNA of you guys.
I was supposed to be sipping out my pimp cup.
Come on, you gotta
Hold
show your pimp cup. You gotta show
Oh,
it.
man.
Yes, get into it, y'all.
The
Okay.
Freshea,
But nonetheless, y'all niggas is red niggas. When niggas is red niggas, they got some shit in their DNA. But we're not even gonna go into the ancestry.com. We're gonna actually look up your name because even you, Uno,
What's
is
up?
a red nigga.
Oh.
Yes.
But we're gonna do it. That's gonna be another. We got a sex. What we going to a sex club?
Yes.
We're gonna go and look up our ancestry throughout it. So we got a
Yes.
couple of
We
trips.
got a lot of
going
field trips planned.
I see you looking at her for the sex thing, but I'm coming too.
You sure?
I'm coming. I hear her.
Toxic.
Are you
I hear
coming or you coming?
I'm
Oh,
doing
Lord.
both. I'm doing both.
I don't know.
I be seeing her looking at him. I'm like, listen, sis, I want to come too. Like, don't X me out because I got a boyfriend.
We didn't.
That ain't right because she married and she
We
be all up
didn't
in
X
it.
you
That's
out
not
'cause
right.
You have a boyfriend. We X you out because you're toxic.
Hold on.
Let's clear this.
We have a scorpion telling me I'm toxic. Okay,
Freshea,
that's some toxic. Freshea.
Freshea.
You don't get no toxic than that. When
So-
Scorpio tell you toxic,
Before we wrap it up, we mentioned it earlier. We were talking about gender roles.
gender roles.
I hate them shits. And don't ever get yourself caught up in what a gender role is because 9 times out of 10,
I'm daddy.
it's gonna bite you. It's gonna bite you in the ass.
I'm daddy.
Mhm.
9
Alright.
times out of 10, I'm daddy.
So we talked about how, women are busy. Men are busy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, before everybody starts to live life, we'll lay out a map of, okay, so men fix cars.
Mhm.
Men do the lawn. Men do the garbage.
Right.
Women will take care of inside the
Uh-huh.
house. Nigga, I'm going to tell y'all right now, everybody listening, I ain't been taking care of the inside of my house like I'm supposed to. Nigga been
bet.
busy, all right?
You know
Not
what the
living-
thing,
not living
which is
with my
fine.
cousin. You know.
No,
I just told you how I am.
But
I
the
know how
thing
he
is that that's
already.
fine. Whatever it is that you do in the household is fine. But where it is that I have a problem is as far as the 50-50 split, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it is we're doing 50-50, you have to do 50 other shit. I have to do 50 other shit.
It don't
You
always go like
But
that.
hold
Right.
on.
That's how life works.
you're working the same 8 hours it is that I am. Right?
Right.
So here it is you want me to do 50 and you doing 50, but after my 50, I have to come home, I have to run the bath water for you, I gotta cook the clothes, I gotta iron, I gotta cook the food, I gotta iron the clothes, I gotta do all this shit. So my 50 should drop to a 30 because I'm over here doing mad shit it is that you not doing.
Yo, let me tell you the trick. You gotta have a person that's compatible to you in that same field. Like, literally, if the person is like you with doing everything, like I like doing everything. I do, with me and my lady, it's different. Like I'll do all the housework. I can't help but to clean up the inside. I go from outside
Baby cooking
to
pepper,
inside. I'm cutting grass. I fucking plant flowers. I do everything. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm trying to think for her too. You know what I mean? I do the man thing for the woman. Let's set up, get the food done. Let's. She be on me about helping the kids all the time with the homework, but
I be
I'm
on
doing
your
the cooking
cousin
while
too.
she doing their homework. I'm probably cooking the food, cooking the dinner, or cooking breakfast, or whatever. So I make sure whenever she's doing something, I'm doing 3 or 4 fucking things. You know what I mean?
And it's so important because a lot of men, they be like my man, he's Hispanic. So a lot of Hispanic, cultures, a lot of times the woman or the grandmother is cooking. The men, they're getting the meals first because even in my household, my grandmother, she came from the Philippines. My uncle always got the first meal before we did. You know what I mean? It was like no, make sure, your uncle get the first meal. You know what I mean? So because my grandmother didn't play that, he had to learn how to cook. But a lot of time that's not a necessity, like for a man to or like a demand. Like you need to know how to cook. Until he got with me, that was like, all right, I see you be throwing it down. I want to do that too now.
Well, I'll keep it simple. In my household, there is no gender roles.
Yeah.
If you see something that's
Do
wrong
it.
or out of place, don't tell me about
Correct
that
that
shit. Do it. Because I would do the same thing. Yes, I may not be able to fix the car, but I can tell you, hey, the light came on. Something ain't right. And, when y'all out there doing what y'all got to do to fix the car, I'll give you some water. I'll make sure y'all good because it be hot. I'll do my part and I'll contribute otherwise.
You're not doing fresh squeezed lemonade, but she gonna bring y'all niggas some ice or water.
I'll bring you juice, but let's say juice.
For sure. They live
Tasty
different.
good.
They all
Right.
healthy. They over there making juices and
I
shit
do know
together.
some marriage couples though. Married couples, okay, where the wife, like for instance, my boyfriend's sister, she know everything about a car to the point that should be blowing my mind. Like gorgeous, beautiful, like.
Usually
But
when
she
you got a good
knows
dad.
about that. She knows, and
But
you know
that's
what's
about-
crazy? They was
if it
raised
makes
by
sense.
the grandparents,
Yeah.
Right.
and
if it makes sense.
and it's so crazy that she's with a car lover.
That's dope.
So he's
Yeah.
in love with her because she knows, no, that's not right. The rotator needs to be fixed or this, and that's off her own education before she even met him. But like that's why it's like someone would be like, no, that's a man's job. I don't even need to learn that,
Right.
And it's like, who the fuck made all of that so I could smack them?
Because shit, I'm doing what everything you saying.
Hell yeah, you fucking
You
toxic.
talking about, the serving the man you have is he's supposed to. Me and my lady always talk about that, but it's never like that. If I'm cooking, I'm serving the whole family.
As you
I'm
should
not,
be.
Yeah, but
I serve her plate first? Like that's what I do, right? Like
Right.
her plate first.
You
and
know,
then-
and we're gonna have this topic as it is that we're going on, and let us sit before it is that we get into the nightcap. Is like who should get the plate first? If you got daughter there, you got mama there,
We
you
talk
got
about that all
wife
the time.
there,
Yeah.
Your partner,
gonna.
your spouse should get the plate first.
yeah.
Point blank, period.
All right, so
Then the
how?
children?
So
Then again,
Okay.
that's
we're
crazy though, because we're doing it all for the kids, right? The kids supposed to eat first.
Fuck them kids now.
Fucked
I make
up.
sure my man eat good.
So here we are. We wrapping it up, Brittany. Let's let the
What's
folks
your
know what
nightcap,
it is
baby?
that the nightcap means.
All right, so the nightcap basically is the wrap up. We give our opinions on the topic or whatever, but I'll go first. My nightcap is basically going to be fuck them gender roles. Help out your partner.
I feel I was set up.
Fuck them gender roles. You help out your partner, and y'all work as a team. Y'all got married. Y'all fuck together, so y'all can go ahead and take care of whatever together.
I mean, I fuck together with a lot of people. That doesn't say nothing.
I feel like
You don't live with them niggas?
I mean, I have at one time, but we're not gonna get into my
story. That's another episode, y'all.
Right.
We'll get into this shit.
Freshea. That's what he wanted. He wanted a Freshea.
Contestants for Sophy. Listen, we ain't forget about
Simple-minded
y'all.
business.
Right. So, Sophie, what's your nightcap? What you got, boo?
My nightcap is the same exact thing it is. Like I said, just like it is as you said, Brittany, it's no gender roles. It's whatever it is, let's do it all across the boards. If it is, it makes sense. So like it is that Kaloni said, well, her homegirl knew a car. All right, if that makes sense, I'm not going to send you outside to try and fix a car. You're going to fuck it up. So I'm going to send you outside to try and do the car because you're a male? No, I can actually do it. So it just makes sense of the whole ordeal. That's just what it's about, making sense, man.
Yes. My nightcap is just play your part. It doesn't matter, if
if
you're staying home,
not your role.
Yes, play your part. Fuck a role. Because that's right there's going to have you single, okay? Especially in 2021, the pandemic. Listen, play your part. If you see that the trash is full, ladies, all right, you can toss it out one day. You know what I mean? Or guys, if your wife has to do something, you can take care of the kids. Hold it down. It's all about if you two are a necessity to each other, then show it.
Exactly.
As simple as that. Show
What's your
it.
nightcap?
I'm just here. I thought, y'all was supposed to give me a nightcap.
His nightcap is Freshea.
My nightcap is Freshea. Look out for Freshea.
Look out for it.
Tell these people where it is that they can find you on the website, all the sexiness.
At Fresha Store on Instagram, Fresha Uno, Instagram.
He said a lot of Freshea, so y'all should have been sipping through.
And y'all, them sweatsuits are so warm.
You gotta
good quality clothing.
Stupid niggas.
FRESHEASTORE.com.
You see that?
Even the store, you gotta spell that shit out because niggas be
stupid
mixing
it. Shit coming on.
Thank you, Uno. Thank you for
for
taking the
me,
time. We had a blast.
We ain't OD on you.
Nah,
Yes.
I mean, y'all did good. I thought y'all was gonna ask me a little bit more than I thought, but y'all was cool. Y'all had your own little thing already created already. I mean, I would love to have
shit. We ain't incriminate you or nothing like that, brother.
Nah. I just wish I had the time to, talk more on the things I've done. I've been doing a lot and shit.
Listen, we ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. Just look at me like,
don't worry, y'all. He'll be back. This is family.
Nah, I've been doing a lot, but just check me out. Tune in, man. We doing a lot of things out there. We got a lot of shit coming.
Absolutely.
Right. So y'all don't forget. Well, y'all remember. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe when y'all listening. When y'all watching that YouTube, make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
And follow us at Let Us Sip Pod. And also, you can follow us individually if you go to the podcast site. Well, not site. If you go to us on Instagram, you can find us there. We thank y'all for listening and watching. And we will see y'all next week on another episode of
Let Us Sip.
Salute, y'all. Salute.
Thank you for listening to Let Us Sip. Please remember to subscribe wherever you get your podcast from. And if you like what you heard, leave us a comment. If you feel like we can do better, leave us a comment too. But be respectful. We read everything and only want to grow. So thanks again for your love and support, and we will see you next week.